What is good, everybody? Welcome back. Today is Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day, everybody. And if you are as excited about New Comic Book Day as I am, you are in the right spot. Hit that hit the subscribe button, kick that notification bell, hit one of those reaction buttons, and come hang out and let's talk New Comic Book Day. Boy, you guys are going to yell at me for this one. You guys are really going to yell at me for this one. We had a pretty decent New Comic Book Day, some great pickups, some great reads. But there's a trick to all of this. And we'll get started in this just a second. We'll get a little organized here. We're going to go through the books real quick. Then we're going to hit up the chat. It's going to be a shortened and condensed show this evening. But yes, Don Davis, if you're watching this on the replay, if you are here, we bought a DC book. And yes, Robin and Batman is the series. This is it. This is finale. I'm going to sit down and read this right after the show here. I'm excited to see where they land with that. And kind of hoping they bring this creative team back for a little bit more Batman action. Some good stuff there. So once again, welcome everybody in the live chat hanging out. We'll hit you guys up here just a minute after we go through these books. But yes, next up, moving from DC to Marvel. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, #1. Good looking cover. I'm told that this was a good read this week. One of the guys was kind of surprised at how good it was. He enjoyed it quite a bit. So that's hitting the reading pile as well. And if you guys aren't catching the theme just yet, you will here shortly. Sticking with Marvel, Devil's Reign Superior 4, issue 1. I didn't know that we were doing spinoffs of this miniseries, Devil's Reign. So I asked one of the guys what they thought about this. They said that it was really good. So we're looking forward to that as well. And if you guys aren't energized yet, you will be shortly. Moving from the traditional... Not traditional. We're still in Marvel, actually. But Star Wars Bounty Hunters #20 is out. This is kind of an interesting shift with the trade dress, if you will. I don't recall issue 19 having a trade looking like this. I guess I must not have looked really hard and just breezed right through it. But at some point after War of the Bounty Hunters, they changed the trade dress. And I'm kind of enjoying it. We're going to see how they go with it. It's interesting how much more real estate they have for a cover and then did not much with it at all. Like you're going to give a cover artist that much more real estate to work with. And then there's nothing done with it. It's kind of surprising. But that's #20. We did get all the variants for that. We've got the Lucasfilm, the Sprouse variant for issue 20 Resistance there. I'm still grabbing as many of these as I can find when I do get into the LCS on Wednesday, because I didn't order any of these. I've just been grabbing them as I can find them. Kind of cover-based, situationally based. That's even really the phrase that I'm looking for. But the one to pay attention to, the one to really look out for, is Darth Vader 20, the Spruce, the Lucasfilm 50th variant. FOC was this past Monday, so if you didn't order any, you're gonna have to hunt for them. But the Darth Vader #20, that Lucasfilm variant, next February 9th, I think it is when it's dropping, has Mando and Baby Yoda on the cover, Grogu, and that is the first true comic book cover appearance of that duo. I know we got to see them on the Star Wars Insider magazine sometime last year and grabbed a few copies of that, but that's coming out, and we're going to have to hunt for them if you didn't order them. And I tried diligently to try to order some, and everywhere last night on every website I went to was either sold out or you weren't able to order them. And wish I would have pre-ordered that, but they didn't. I don't think any of us saw the cover till yesterday. Either way, still with Bounty Hunters #20, the variant, the 1 in 25 lash sleeve variant. There you go. That's on the pile as well. And I think it's safe to say it's about time to start looking at cutting back on some of the Star Wars stuff. We've been buying heavy on Star Wars stuff and then missing out on a lot of other stuff. And I definitely want to stick with the Darth Vader stuff. But I'm curious to see where this one's going to go. The High Republic, Eye of the Storm, issue 1, cover A. We've got that. We've got the variant cover, which is, I'm digging that right there. It's a pretty decent cover. I like how they place the trade dress kind of offset up out of the way and then use as much of the cover as possible there. Very nice. Then the 1 in 25 Pachuca. I'm terrible with names, but there's the 1 in 25 Eye of the Storm #1. I think the 1 in 25 for issue 2 was a cover I've seen somebody talking about recently. So that's probably want to see that Eye of the Storm out. But Star Wars High Republic Adventures #12 is out as well and picked up and added to the pile, along with the retailer incentive. The retailer incentive variant. Now that's an epic cover right there. I've not been keeping up on this read, and I really should be keeping up on this read, but we will work on that at some point. Like I said, condensed show tonight, short on time, getting through these books. Then we're going to hit up this chat here for everybody hanging out. We're only 5 minutes in, but we're getting there. Stillwater 12 is out, another really, really underrated series. We've moved on from Marvel to IDW now into indie stuff. Stillwater 12. This is a series a lot of people have said could be done very easily on screen and do well. I would think would do well, So Stillwater 12. It's been a very fun read. I got issue 11 and 12 to get caught up on, but that also hits the reading pile. And then down to the last 3 copies or last 3 books. Department of Truth issue 15 is out, and now you guys have heard me say this quite a bit. It's got layers, and I usually have to reread these several times before I really kind of absorb and soak everything in. So yeah, I'm going to go back at some point, get caught up on the series, and then read this issue several times. It might even be one of those situations where I'm collecting the single floppy copies or floppy issues and just reading the trades. That's not out of my wheelhouse either. That's something I might be doing. And then Jeff Lemire's Maze book #5 is out from Dark Horse Comics. It's been a fun read, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, but that hits a reading pile. And then I didn't know this was dropping. A reprint of issue 2 of House of Slaughter. Now, that's a killer cover. No pun intended. But that's New Comic Book Day. Those are the books. That's the lineup. We'll go over them again real quick here in a little bit. But let's say hi to everybody here hanging out in the chat tonight. Heyo, Paul Dunn says, what is up, man? Very Marvel heavy day. If you guys have not caught the theme, we didn't read a single book today. Yeah, I tried. It was one of those situations where I got on the road late today and got to the LCS late tonight, got home later than I wanted to, sat down and started reading Robin and Batman and got like 3 or 4 pages in. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be rushed to read this. But I also don't want to not hang out at 8 o'clock for a little bit. So we're going to have to put in some reading work tonight, but not until after we watch Book of Boba Fett. We have not seen Book of Boba Fett, and we're looking forward to catching that tonight. I think everybody's doing a really good job on social media about not spoiling things and not sharing things. I didn't get on social media much at all today just because I didn't want to accidentally be spoiled or have a spoiler accidentally breeze through the feed, so to speak. But Paul Dunn says, very Marvel heavy day. Absolutely, man. Mark, what is good, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you're having a great Wednesday night. Hope to see you tomorrow, man. And exclusive buying 1 minute. Oh, yeah, Paul. That was me last night trying to find a bunch of extra books, especially that Darth Vader 20. Zuni, little fist bump action for a Wednesday. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Paul's in the house. Mark's in the house again. Come on, mama. Happy New Comic Book Day, April. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey, family. There you go. Josh Harrison, man. If you're still here in the chat, are you going to be going to Livonia this Sunday for the Knights convention, the Knights collection convention? There's a little comic book convention going on over in Detroit area, Livonia, outside of Detroit, actually. And I might run into you there if you're going. I'm going to see about possibly running out there for an hour or 2. Daywalker, what is good, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. But not only was it a Marvel heavy day, it was a Star Wars heavy day. Thanks for being here, man. Daymares, hey, Paul, Zuni, mama. Good to see you, Daymares, man. Daymares asked a question on the Monday episode. He says, what is this thing you call editing? And I'm like, yeah, that's one of those things where I need to do more of. JP's Budget Collecting, what is up? Yo, Andy. Guys, make sure you're subscribing to JP's Budget Collecting. You're checking out that weekly content that he drops. One of the fastest climbing series of shows on YouTube in the comic book community as the look back that he's doing, and it's been fantastic. So JP, thank you for all your hard work doing that. It's a great bit of information that you share every week, and it's a ton of work you put into that. We always appreciate it. So you guys make sure you subscribe to and support JP's Budget Collecting and tune in. I think the 17th, I think next Monday, we're looking at talking about the last issue of Lock and Key, or the last trade paperback of Lock and Key on JP's Budget Collecting with Tacoma, myself, and Downright Nerdy Podcast. That's going to be a blast, and I look forward to that. Josh G says, spent too much today. I did as well. That was New Comic Book Day, but while I was there were supplies to pick up, there were other books, there were back issues to grab. Lots of great stuff going on. Post holiday, some books kind of like hang out and don't get picked up for a while, so it's like it's kind of buying season on a lot of stuff that's not being talked about that I want for the PC or anything of that nature. What's good, Daywalker? Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And while you guys are here for the moment, I just had to share a quick story with everybody. I gave my friend an apple today. He told me he preferred pears. So I gave him a second apple. That one fell far from the tree. Yes, absolutely. Spent too much money. What's good, Daywalker? Day and Daymares? Yes, absolutely. Holy moly. If I don't say absolutely more, I mean, come on now. Right? Hawkwifey 420, happy New Comic Book Day. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. I hope you are having a great and blessed Wednesday. And Wednesdays are always better than Monday. So that's why we're always feeling a lot better. It's been a long week, but it's almost over. Luke's Comics, what is up? Station Comic Book people, what is up, man? Good to see you. Come on, Mom, this is very cool. Let me know. No, don't spoil. I know this didn't happen, because if that happened, the internet would have been on fire and my phone would have been going off 50 gazillion times and I would have had to have thrown it in the garbage can for the day. So that definitely didn't happen. I know that one. Lucas Vader's. Oh, God, here we go. What is fast, loud, and crunchy? A rocket chip? What do you mean a rocket? Mm. God. Possibly. I might. It's quite the trek. I don't know. It's one of those things where if you do and then you don't find anything you're looking for, it's like, man, that was a lot of gas and a lot of driving for nothing. For nothing. Yeah, avoid spoilers. You want that. Wait, what? Oh, he's like from Mandalorian last year, or whatever. That reminds me of a book for you. Oh, that's cool, man. We'll meet up at some point somewhere down the line here, not too far from now. There's lots of conventions going around. How does the ocean say hello? It doesn't. It just waves. Yes, absolutely, man. I've never edited a video for YouTube, all been live or one take. I prefer to go live, and I prefer to be a part of the energy here of the people in the comic book community that choose to come hang out for when we are live. I just find that to be inspiring and re-energizing to be here and be live in the moment and hanging out with everybody. But the edited content is fun. It can be fun when you complete something and you feel like you accomplished something, you created something with your own two hands, so to speak, with a camera and obviously a microphone. But yeah, being here live is what I do prefer, but I do have a lot of content to crunch and edit and practice and stretch those muscles and kind of practice working out in that arena, so to speak. Mojo Quid, what is up? Thanks for being here. We'll go over the books one more time, and then we'll do an announcement really quick. Like we said, it was just a quick condensed show. Unfortunately, you guys can definitely bash me in the comments. I did not read a single book yet today. I think I got to the LCS and home just enough time to make dinner and do the daddy duties and hang out. He said duties. Do the dad stuff and hang out for the evening. And it's kind of like I didn't want to rush reading the books just so that I could say that I read them. Now, granted, a lot of these hit the reading pile and end up being read in trades later on. That's a thing that happens. We all know that. Mark says gross on the apple joke. Yeah. Yeah. I spent some money at the LCS today. Heyo to Captain Quebec in Montreal. Always the best serve. Awesome. Capitan, right? Capitan Quebec in Montreal. Mitch, thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you on Simpleman's Comics News Weekly yesterday. And maybe we'll see you in the Patreon hangout tonight. I'm not sure. I haven't been a part of a Patreon hangout for Simpleman's Comics in quite a while. We'll see who all the new members are, and that's going on in 15 minutes over there, the Simpleman's Comics Patreon group. So if you're not a Patreon of Simpleman's Comics and you're interested, you can get it on the opening tier to be in the Patreon group and be at the hangout tonight. Just hit up Simpleman's Comics on Patreon or check out the Simpleman's Comics website for those links. Push a man out of a plane with a parachute and he'll be mad at you for a while. Push a man out of a plane without a parachute. Push a man out of a plane without a parachute and he'll hate you for the rest of his life. That's accurate. I mean, that is accurate. That's funny, man, right there. Ooh, yeah. Burly Irishman, what is up? Good to see you, man. Thank you for the comments and catching stuff on the rewind. If you guys aren't subscribed to Burly Irishman, you need to be, and you need to check out the content that he drops as well. Tricky Trapsters in the house. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Long time subscriber, and good to see you again in the live chat, man. Dad duty, absolutely. So quick announcements before we get into the books again really quick. Whatnot, 9 p.m. this Friday. It's scheduled. Go ahead and bookmark it. We are on the hunt for books for Friday, and we picked out some stuff out of the collection here and got I just got to figure out what I want to do for a stealth drop, like an epic stealth drop. That stealth drop last week was that comic stand, and I kind of caught people off guard and took them by surprise. And the people that were there watching weren't really looking for the comic stand, and the people that really were looking for the comic stand weren't there that evening. So we're going to make another prototype. It's not going to be available this Friday, but at some point, we've been talking about making a prototype for a Spider-Man version that you could do a version of any superhero on that comic stand. And we're talking about making more prototypes and making those available for people that are interested in them to check them out. But there is about 30 short boxes piled up, set aside to go through. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 10, 15-ish, 20-ish books maybe in a half an hour to a 40-minute whatnot auction on Friday to hang out and make some more room, because obviously you see here we've got another 15 books that came in. So I want to make more room for the new books coming in. And we're just looking forward to having some fun and hanging out, right? Looking forward to having some fun and hanging out. Wink Inc. goes at 8 p.m. Eastern over there on Whatnot, and we'll definitely be there hanging out and supporting Wink Inc. and having a blast. So, and what is up lately? We are going to just take care of this for a moment and see if we can. There's just bots galore hitting lately. I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that right now. Bots all over. Like, there was probably 5 or 6 bots in the Simpleman's Comics News chat last night. And now they're seeing them right here, which is interesting. There's like a flood of bots in the YouTube live streams lately, which is odd. It's been like years since I've seen this many bots. But Whatnot, Friday night, 9 p.m. And we'll be in the Wink Inc. one hanging out, watching to see his giveaway and see whatever he has going on right there. And we're going to steal some Mylar Magic. We're going to put our books in Mylar Magic as well, too. I'm kind of addicted to that. That's been a ton of fun. But then there is a small hometown convention in East Michigan this Sunday that we might go and check out as well. We might go and have to go. That's quite a bit of driving, quite a bit of gas. So hopefully there'll be a bunch of books there that we're looking for. Maybe some PC grabs. You never know. But what else do we have for announcements? We're approaching 2,000 followers on Instagram. So that's a celebration that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to think of something right there. We're at like 19 something and change, and we're almost to 2,000, which is kind of surprising. And that means we are on the road to 2,000 as well here in YouTube, because the growth is still happening. It's still there. It's still great to see. But Mark, you're definitely not a bot. You might be a robot, but you're definitely not a bot. A magician was walking down the street, then he turned into a store. Was it a magic store? Had my finger on the button. Glad you told us. What? Had your what? Okay. What was your finger on the button for? Glad you told us. You're talking about the bot, maybe. Yeah, I don't get it. There's a lot of bots. That's exactly. God bless America. What's up, Tacoma? Good to see you. Speaking of Tacoma, the like we had said earlier a little bit ago, that final trade paperback for Lock and Key, I believe we're tentatively scheduling it for the 17th, that Monday night, and I believe like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what we're looking at doing or going. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh my, that is in my top 5 indie reads, Lock and Key now. That's up there with Descender, Ascender. That's up there with Saga. Like Lock and Key was good. Lock and Key was really good. Lock and Key was really good. Great joke. Oh my God, the coma, yeah. Oh, not this one again. Yeah, I appreciate the shout out, but I've discovered being on YouTube isn't for me. Just a big fan of that beard. Really? So you're not going to continue making content? That's interesting, man. Let me know if you need a hand with anything or you have any questions. There are many times where I felt like being on YouTube was something that should I continue plugging away at, but I have too much fun meeting people, and that it's the other dimension of doing this is when you go to a convention, you get to see people in real life. that's that's my drive to continue doing this, and that's why I have so much fun. I love talking about comic books, but the other aspect is talking with all of you and hanging out with all of you. Yeah, Monday, fingers crossed, Monday for that lock and key read. So we are going to go back over the books really quick before we head out for the night. And like we said, right from the back to the front, the reprint of House of Slaughter 2, really sick looking cover, killer looking cover, pun intended that time. But it's one of those, I got to look and see what the print numbers were, because as we all know, the first 5, 6, 7, 8 issues of a series are generally where bigger first appearances happen. So if issue 2 reprint was under order and issue 2 ends up being, I don't think it was a key. I got to go back and look. It's been a hot minute since I read issue 2, but you never know. And then you start getting into that late print kind of game. And I don't even know if this is a second print or a third print. It landed in the pull box, and I didn't even see it on League of Comic Geeks. I didn't see it even being released anywhere. So I'm wondering what's going on with that. I don't know if there are additional printings or if there's something that were printed before and just got missed or misshipped. But get the ratio. Paul Dunn says, the ratio of what, man? The ratio of what? What are we talking about? Love you, man. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Hope you feel better. A ratio virgin cover? A ratio virgin cover what? House of Slaughter? Color Splash. What do you, Paul? What about the basement, or is that beneath? Oh, no. Apparently, there was a ratio virgin cover of this. I did not know. We got to find that, because that would look really good. And if they foil that out, can you imagine how good that would look foiled out with all the blood? Yeah. But moving right along again, still, we have Maze Book number 5 from Jeff Lemire. I can't remember if this is going to be a 6-issue series or if this is going to be a 12, but definitely adding that to the reading pile. Everything's going on the reading pile tonight. Looking forward to that. That's been a decent read. Department of Truth 15 is out, and we've talked about this in the past, how Department of Truth is very layered, and it's one of those things where I need time to absorb it and reread it several times. So this is going to be one of those ones that sits and marinates for a week or two while I get caught up on other series and then get caught up on Department of Truth and then read that a couple of times. It's not slowing down. It seems to continue holding attention and the attention span of people out there, and it continues to be a book that people are grabbing on New Comic Book Day. So I'm looking forward to the good things that are coming from Department of Truth. Who knows where this is even going to end up? Have they started? I don't know. Where are they at with the story? I just got to find out. That's a Michael Dillon's cover, Wind Artist. I wondered, that did look a little bit familiar. So now Stillwater 12 is out, and we talked a little bit about this, I think, on Tales from the Flip Side or Comic News Weekly. Stillwater, we think, is a fantastic option, or it's just a good read that would translate really well to a screen. We like the story. I like the idea. I'm looking forward to getting caught up on this and see where it goes. And it doesn't seem to be a book that's talked about a ton, but yet it's a solid read from Zdarsky, in my opinion. That means we're digging deep into the Star Wars stuff. Star Wars High Republic Adventures 12 is out, and the retailer incentive is probably my cover of the week from the stuff that I picked up. I'm really loving the colors, really loving the use of space here. And this is a really good looking cover, really solid looking cover. I think it would look fantastic and great in a CGC case if it becomes one of those books that demands that kind of a value or attention. Then the 1 in 25, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name again. Issue 1, Eye of the Storm for High Republic. And there is Adventures number 12, cover A. This is a dope cover too. This has got a lot going on, a lot of detail, and I need to get into this and finish reading this. But like we said, Eye of the Storm is out. Issue 1, the 1 in 25. Then the variant cover, cover B. Good looking cover. I love what they're doing here with the space and that lightsaber, and find out what's going on. Find out what's going on there. And then cover A. Cover A. The more I look at it, the more I realize it's a really solid cover as well. Feels like a repeat of, not this specific story. This feels like a redo or a repeat, like they're stealing out of the playbook of Dark Horse back in the day, right? Where you had a lot of the Star Wars mini spinoffs and mini stories or mini series. And it feels like that's just kind of what they're doing with the High Republic era. So there could be a ton of keys hidden in these issues that I haven't read yet or haven't dug into. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. But that means we're on to the Bounty Hunter, issue 20. There's the Lucasfilm 50th variant. Now, this is issue 20 for War of the Bounty Hunters, right? Darth Vader number 20 drops February 9th, and it's going to have a Lucasfilm variant like this. But that one should be the first cover appearance of the Mandalorian and Grogu. First cover appearance on a comic book, on an actual comic book. That's going to be one to hunt and look for. FOC for that was this past Monday. So unfortunately, unless you find a website that's got some in stock, there's no more pre-orders available for that. And anybody that has anything in stock was limiting it. And anytime I went to add it to the cart, it said that quantity was not available, even one copy. So it's sold out pretty much everywhere right away yesterday. So Bounty Hunters variant cover. This is the 1 in 25 Lashley variant. Very nice. I'm digging the new trade dress more and more. Now, more and more I look at it. Which means this is the cover A. There you go. That should be the cover A if I remember right. Because did I miss it? Did we move it around? Nope. Superior 4, Devil's Reign, number 1. Now, I didn't realize that we were going to be doing like little mini spin-offs from this Devil Reign campaign or Devil Reign series, but it's happening. And I believe was it Josh or was it Matt? One of the guys at the LCS said this is surprisingly good, and they enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to reading that tonight, tomorrow, hopefully. But that means Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, number 1 was out, and the guys also said this was a really solid read. So I'm looking forward to that. And then that leaves just Robin and Batman, the DC pickup of the week. Don Davis, House of L Comics, would be proud of me for picking up a DC book. This is issue 3 of 3, so this is it. I'm hoping they bring this creative team back for more Batman stuff. That would have me buying more DC and more Batman stuff, having this great creative team on that title. So that's the new comic book day recap at the tail end of the show here. Like we said, we're going to keep it short tonight. Color Splash, House of Slaughter. Mike, there, we already hit that up. Every night I have a hard time remembering something, but then it dawns on me. This is true. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Announcements, like we said, Whatnot sale this Friday, 9 p.m.-ish, 9 to 9:15. Like, I schedule it for 9, but then if Wink Inc. runs a little bit past 9, I still kind of want to hang out there and draw some good energy and then come hang out and start the show. So don't be afraid that the Whatnot show, if it doesn't start right at 9 o'clock, we're there hanging out. It'll be starting shortly after 9. I'll add text updates in that as we go. If you've got questions, we've got answers too about Whatnot. We did a Whatnot sellers clinic, and that is in there. And actually, I should probably pin that to the front of the page if on the ComicManAndy YouTube page. That's got a lot of great answers to questions that people have had about buying on Whatnot and downloading the app, and then even selling on Whatnot. That's been a ton of fun. And Whatnot's gone PC, right? You can now access all of the live sales live on your PC. You don't have to have just a mobile device. You can access those live sales from your PC, from your Windows login there. Not your Windows login, but go to the Whatnot. Go to Google, search Whatnot, go to the page, log in, and then click on lives, and it'll pull all of those up. I had 8, 9, 10 windows open at one point on a very old, tired, rundown PC that I've got overclocked to the point where it's smoking out of the top of the case, and it works. It works extremely well. Spent way too much on Whatnot lately. Yes, I did as well, and I still find myself buying packages weekly on Whatnot from sellers and friends. It's at the point where there are 13 packages up here on the top shelf that there are 13 packages that I got to unbox. But yeah, I've been buying a little too much, and I'm probably going to dial that back and just hang out on Whatnot. Don't forget, you don't have to buy on Whatnot. You can just hang out. That's the trick. If you're just hanging out and you find a deal you can't pass up. Oh my God, it's you, Squeal. What is up? Thanks for being here. I think I was in this stream like 6 months ago. Thanks for being here, because we are also streaming over on the Twitch side of things. So anybody over on Twitch that wants to subscribe on YouTube can come subscribe on YouTube. And anybody on YouTube that wants to head over to Twitch and subscribe there, we will always multi-stream. At the end of the day, the goal is going to be live streaming or live casting to Whatnot, YouTube, IG, and Twitch, kind of all of the mobile platforms, or all the platforms that are out there that I can live stream to for a show. That's going to kind of be the goal. The idea is just kind of figuring out how to set up all of the devices at the same time and get everything to mesh and get everything to work. Honestly, we're going to be working on getting into OBS for 2022. I know I said that for 2021, but now the computer parts are more available. That's going to be a thing. And working with OBS and utilizing OBS to stream or cast that stuff to a stream like StreamYard here, and then have StreamYard kind of OBS, kind of think of OBS as the formatting, and then kind of think of using OBS to send it to StreamYard for the signal. So OBS is the formatting, in my opinion, if I'm understanding this correctly, and the way you have it set up. And then you can essentially cast that to many different places. But I think just going to StreamYard and then having it multicast out elsewhere. Warlord, what is up, man? Thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. Tail end of the stream. We're closing out. We've gone over the books twice. A couple of quick announcements. Like we said, Whatnot this Friday night, 9 p.m. Quick 10, 15, 18 book auction to hang out and have a bunch of fun. Make room for the books we picked up today. I'm kidding. Hang out, though. Good to see you, man. Come check out the next show then, Mama. Yeah, Paul Dunn is on Whatnot and has been doing some fire sales over there. That is awesome. Josh scored a major X run for $1. Wow. Very cool. Whatnot is too easy to buy from. This is true. This is absolutely true. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out for New Comic Book Day. Like we said, it was a quick, condensed one. We've got a couple other places to be at tonight, and we've got some more work on packaging and shipping, some books for friends. And we have to get into the formatting aspect of doing giveaways on every live show here on YouTube. Like I said, there's a ton of books to move. There's a ton of books. That means there's a ton of books to give away. So we'll work on that this weekend. So stay tuned next week for the beginning of all of the giveaways. Josh, see you soon, man. Once again, this connective tissue that we call comic books is fantastic, right? All day, every day. But the most fantastic part are all of you, because without you guys, we would just be talking to ourselves and hanging out and just reading comic books and then thinking about them. But now we got a bunch of cool friends and family members to hang out and talk comic books with every day, all the time, 24 hours a day. Later, Tacoma. You know what? You guys know how I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you all on the flip side for the next one. And stay tuned on Whatnot, IG, and YouTube for all the great content. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit one of those reaction buttons. But you guys know what the most important thing is, all right? Right? Stay original. Take care of each other. And we'll see you guys on the next time. On the next one.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. I love gold. I love gold.
Switch to targeting computer.
I love gold.
Stay on target.
I love gold.
Stay on target.
I love